Hello and welcome to day 160 of our Chronological Bible in a Year reading plan. And today we have Proverbs 19, 20, and 21. Proverbs 19. Better is the poor walking in his integrity than one of perverse lips who is a fool. Also, desire without knowledge is not good, and he who hurries with his feet sins. The foolishness of a man perverts his way, and his heart is wroth against HalleluYah. Wealth adds many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness does not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies does not escape. Many entreat the favor of the noble, and all are friends to him who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor shall hate him. How much more shall his friends go far from him? He pursues promises. They are gone. He who gets heart loves his own life. He who guards understanding finds good. A false witness does not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies perishes. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes. A man's discretion makes him patient, and his adorning is to pass over a transgression. The sovereign's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his delight is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is a calamity to his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are the inheritance from fathers, but an understanding wife is from HalleluYah. Laziness makes one fall into a deep sleep, and an idle being suffers hunger. He who guards the command guards his hai, which is his life. He who despises his ways dies. He who shows favor to the poor lends to HalleluYah, and he repays his deed. Discipline your son because there is expectation, but do not apply your being to his destruction. One of great wrath bears punishment, for if you rescue, you only have to do it again. Listen to counsel and accept discipline, so that you are wise in your latter end. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the counsel of HalleluYah that stands. What is desirable in a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The reverence of HalleluYah leads to hai, and he remains satisfied. He is not visited by evil. A lazy one buries his hand in a dish, and does not bring it back to his mouth. Beat a scoffer, and the simple is made wise, and reprove one who has understanding, and he discerns knowledge. He who plunders a father chases away his mother. It is a son causing shame and bringing reproach. Cease, my son, to hear discipline. You will stray from the words of knowledge. A witness of Belial scorns right ruling, and the mouth of the wicked devours wickedness. Judgments are in store for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. Proverbs 20. Wine is a scoffer, strong drink a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The dread of a sovereign is like the roaring of a lion. Whoever provokes him sins against his own life. For a man to cease from strife is esteem, but every fool bursts out. The lazy one does not plow after the autumn. At harvest time he inquires. There is none. Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding draws it up. Most men proclaim each his own kindness, but who finds a trustworthy man? The righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are Baruch after him, which means blessed after him. A sovereign who sits on the throne of judgment is scattering all evil with his eyes. Who says, I have cleansed my heart, I am purged of my sin? Differing weights and differing measures, both of them are an abomination to HalleluYah. Even a child is known by his deeds, whether his work is clear and right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, HalleluYah has made both of them. Do not love sleep, lest you become poor. Open your eyes, be satisfied with bread. Evil, evil, cries the buyer, but when he has gone his way, then he boasts. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious vessel. Take the garment of one who is a guarantor for a stranger, and hold it as a pledge when it is for foreigners. Bread gained by deceit might be sweet to a man, but afterward his mouth is filled with gravel. By counsel plans are established, and by wise guidance wage a battle. He who goes about as a slanderer reveals secrets. Therefore do not associate with him who speaks smoothly with his lips. Whoever curses his father or his mother, his lamp is put out in deep darkness. An inheritance obtained with greed at the beginning is not Baruch at the end, which means is not blessed at the end. Do not say, I repay evil. Wait for Yahuwah, and he saves you. Differing weights are an abomination to Yahuwah, and a false scale is not good. The steps of a man are from Yahuwah. What does a man know about his own way? It is a snare for a man to say rashly, it is Kadesh, which means holy or sanctified or set apart, and only later to reconsider his vows. A wise sovereign winnows out the wicked and turns the wheel over them. The spirit of a man is the lamp of Yahuwah, searching all his inmost parts. Kindness and truth watch over the sovereign, and he shall support his throne by kindness. The comeliness of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray hair. The blows that wound cleanse away evil, and strokes the inner parts of the heart. Proverbs 21. The sovereign's heart is as channels of water in the hand of Yahuwah. He turns it wherever he wants. All a man's ways are right in his own eyes, but Yahuwah weighs the hearts. To do righteousness and right ruling is more acceptable to Yahuwah than a slaughtering. A haughty look, a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked are sin. The plans of the hard worker lead only to plenty, but all rash haste only to poverty. Gaining treasures by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor, heading for death. The spoil of the wicked catches them because they refuse to do right ruling. The way of a guilty man is perverse, but as for the innocent, his work is right. It is better to dwell in a corner of a roof than in a house shared with a contentious woman. The desire of the wicked is applied to evil. His neighbor finds no favor in his eyes. When the scoffer is punished, the simple is made wise, but when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. The righteous one wisely considers the house of the wicked. He overthrows the wicked for their evil. Whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor, let him also cry and not be heard. A gift in secret subdues displeasure, and a bribe in the bosom strong wrath. To do right ruling is joy to the righteous, but ruin to the workers of wickedness. A man who strays from the way of understanding rests in the assembly of the dead. He who loves pleasure is a poor man. He who loves wine and oil does not become rich. The wicked is a ransom for the righteous, and the treacherous for the straight. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and wroth woman. Desirable treasure and oil are in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man swallows it up. He who pursues righteousness and kindness finds life, righteousness and esteem. A wise one scales the city of the mighty and brings down the trusted stronghold. Whoever guards his mouth and tongue guards his life from distresses. Proud, haughty, scoffer is his name. He acts with arrogant pride. The desire of the lazy man slays him, for his hands refused to work. He covets greedily all day long, but the righteous gives and does not withhold. The slaughtering of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with wickedness? A false witness perishes, but the man who obeys speaks forever. A wicked man hardens his face, but as for the straight, he establishes his way. There is no wisdom or understanding or counsel against Yahuwah. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but the deliverance is of Yahuwah. And that concludes our reading for today. As always, thank you for joining. Hope you've been reading along. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.